What's up, everyone? Good morning. It is Friday. We finally made it to the end of the week. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everything is went well so far for your week. What's up, Poetic? How you doing, love? Uh, I don't know. Would you like to join me this morning? I know it's kind of random, but I could throw you a link if you want to join me this morning or whatever. I'm just talking about a couple of different random things, nothing in particular. But definitely I wanted to do this content this morning because I was a little disturbed. I think I was on Facebook and I seen a guy made a post basically implying that more men need to step up and be fathers to their children. And basically he was, throwing a lot of shade. Okay, I'm gonna throw you a link. He was throwing a lot of shade, at other men for not being good fathers. Is it better if I throw it to your email? What's a good way for you to get it? Because I know last time I sent it to your email and I don't think you had got it. I'm gonna try to send it. Let me see if I'm gonna send it that way and see if it should go through. Let me try it that way. Um, Yeah, I saw that this guy had posted on his Facebook that is there's not enough men that are stepping up as fathers and okay, either way through email or hangouts. Okay, let me see if I could send it. Let me see to Google Hangouts and everything. Let me see if I could send that. Let me see. Poetic. Kelsey, I'm not gonna get her email from there. Yeah, but I've been seeing that. I'm getting ready to send it to you. I've been seeing I've been noticing that there's been a few guys on these social media, on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, that's basically stating that there's not enough men that are stepping up as fathers. How it's a lot of deadbeat fathers. Y'all need to do more for y'all kids, and why y'all not, being fathers to y'all kids, and y'all not manning up, and we got too many deadbeat ass dudes, that are not real fathers. And I was really, it kind of threw me a little just to see that other men are criticizing other men for their lack of parenting skills, for their lack of not being a father. And I'm like, how can you, as another man, basically insult another man by stating that he's not being a real father because he doesn't spend time with his children, he's not providing for his kids, and basically you letting a lot of these women off of the hook as far as giving them too much sympathy. You're empathizing with the women, basically. You're empathizing with the women, and you're basically making it seem like none of these women are at fault. What's up, Phoenix? You basically making it seem like none of these men, none of these women are at fault when it comes to these children that are being conceived and being brought into this world. And it's automatically a man not doing his job when that is not true. For every deadbeat mother, there's a deadbeat father. We basically want to penalize all of the men. We want to penalize the fathers and basically call them out on their bull for not being real fathers. And you, as another man, why would you sit up there and insult other men and say that y'all need to step up and be better men? Y'all need to step up and be real fathers. When the truth of the matter is, some of these men cannot be fathers to their children. And it's not because they're deadbeats. It's not because they're trying to neglect their responsibilities. The truth is, some of these women are unbearable to deal with. Some of these women make it very, very complicated for a man to have a relationship with his child. They truly, truly do. They make it difficult. And they just, it's the fact that a lot of these women, not all women, if it doesn't apply, you don't have to reply. I did throw the link to you, Poetic. But the truth is, a lot of these females that are mothers, they know they have a big advantage when it comes to the system. They know that child support, they know that the government is automatically gonna work in their favor. It amazes me that a woman can go out here and negligently have as many children as she wants to have. Doesn't matter if she was irresponsible. Doesn't matter if she's had several children from several random dudes. She basically gets rewarded for her thought behavior. All she has to do is go to the welfare office and say, "Oh, I'm pregnant again." They're automatically going to increase her food stamps. They're automatically going to give her some type of resource. They're going to try to give her some type of help. Now, a man, on the other hand, if he messes up and he goes out there and he has random kids from random women, he's not going to get any assistance. If anything, if a man goes out there and makes poor decisions by screwing all type of women in the raw and not using any protection, he's going to get penalized for it. Okay, I see. I'm going to have to send Kels that through, because for some reason it threw it back. I'm gonna have to send it to it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to send it to your through the Google Hangout, because for some reason Yahoo always gives me a hard time when it comes to sending your email. I don't know why, but it just does. So I'm gonna just send it that way. But I just find it ironic, that this is the reason why there's a lot of women, and I'm not saying that all women are doing this. If it doesn't apply, you don't have to reply, let it fly. But this is the reason why in the Black community, there's a lot of Black women that are not taking accountability for their actions because they don't get penalized um, like men do for their negligence. They don't get penalized. I guarantee you, if there was no child support, if there was no food stamps, if there was no housing, women would be way more selective about who they choose as a father for their children. They would not be going around here letting every Tom, Dick, and Daryl bang their backs out. They would be way more careful. They would be way more selective if they knew they would not be rewarded for their poor actions. Now, as I was stating earlier, I just have a problem when there's men that are knocking other men and putting other men down and saying, other men are not being real fathers. When the truth is, you may have not experienced dealing with a beastie baby mama. You may have not experienced that. So for you to automatically be siding with the females saying that there's not enough good men out here that are fathers, there's not enough men stepping up, I have an issue with that. What's up, Poetic? I know this is a very random invite. I wasn't expecting to come on, but how are you doing?
I'm fine. How you doing this morning?
Yes, girl, I'm doing good. I wasn't loading up for a while. I wasn't uploading any material for a while. I just started back yesterday because it was just so much chaos, you know, going on in the YouTube streets, to the point to where I was almost like getting tired of even just doing any more content because it was just so much negative things going on in the YouTube sector.
Yeah, that usually happens. Like the negative
Mhm.
impact, overshadows, the funness that you can have on YouTube. You know,
Mhm.
sometimes I get discouraged too and be like, let me just chill out for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll
Exactly.
probably, when my people go live, I'll show
Mhm.
up. But as far as exploring, I'll be like, let me chill out for a couple of days. you know.
I'm telling you, YouTube is becoming like a damn
The
like a
jungle.
bad drug. It's like you got to detox from this bullshit
You do. It's
every
like
once
the
in a while.
jungle. It
Oh,
could
what,
be like the jungles. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
sometimes it's not really wise to kind of maneuver around. Sometimes it's kind of better to stick to what you're used to.
Absolutely. And I agree because see, sometimes, you want to branch out and you want to work with other, you know, people in the YouTube streets, but it's gotten to the point now to where you almost better off not doing that because I've seen so many people who start off doing a panel really good together. And what ends up happening over time? Egos get in the way. I've seen people who started off supporting the same movement.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
over time, you see them beefing. You've ever experienced that?
yeah. I see that all the time. Usually, if somebody knows if they got a big ego, that if you got a big ego, you should work alone. You know what I'm saying? And from time
Hmm.
to time, do some collab. But all the time, that's what happens. Is like
Hmm.
they're on a panel with each other all the time.
It's one of those things. It's like when you be in each other's space too much, eventually you're gonna fall out.
Yeah, you wear your welcome out.
Right, exactly, exactly. But what's really deterring me with these YouTube streets is that now I'm starting to see a lot of men clash with other men. And to me, now it's really making me it's even more discouraging because I'm starting to notice there's a lot of black men disrespecting other black men in the YouTube streets. Now, it was already bad enough when black men was disrespecting us as black women and black women was disrespecting the black men. Now, that was already bad enough.
Right.
Now we're really at a disadvantage when you start seeing other black men disrespect other black men. Now it's like I know there's no hope for us being welcomed into these YouTube streets.
Yeah, there really isn't because now it's at an all-time high where
Right,
know,
yes.
you subject to get lit up. You could be a man or a woman, and it's like
Right.
who needs that?
Right, exactly. Like I said, when I started seeing, these other black men on the YouTube streets disrespecting other black men to the point where they're calling each other punk mother effers and you bitch ass nigga and
Yeah,
all of these type of things. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. I mean, when and this is I say all that to say this. This is what happens when you all support a negative foundation. What ends up happening is everybody who's in favor of the same fuckery movement, sooner or later, they end up clashing and bumping heads. And I can state from like personal experience, not even being in the YouTube streets. Um, yeah, I agree with that, Miss Liz, and thank you for coming in. For instance, I could even put YouTube aside. I remember when I was working this one particular job, me and this female, we were supposedly friends at the time. And I'll tell anybody, do not make friends with nobody on your job. If y'all work together, just be strictly, co-workers. I don't
that's
recommend being friends on the job because if you fall out, some people don't know how to separate personal from professional. But
yeah,
basically, me and her both had the same common hate for a lot of the things that was transpiring within that particular workplace.
yeah,
So we both hated the same people and we both pretty much shared the same common animosity for everything that was going on, which is what made us bond because there was a lot of politics in the workplace and the in that particular facility was very bleached, Cloroxed. That's the
mm,
best way I can. That's
yeah.
the best word
There's
I can
facilities that's
use.
like that.
It was a lot of bleach on the job. Okay, so it was a disadvantage for a lot of us as blacks. Okay, so long story short, um, when we fell out and had a disagreement outside of the workplace, she couldn't gracefully. just move on and we go our separate ways. My thing is, as grown men and grown women, if you and a person fall out, there's no need to disrespect each other. There's no need to call each other out names, to air each other's dirty laundries, certain things y'all done shared amongst each other. I'm the kind of person, if I fall out with a person and you have told me something very secretive and you told me something personal, I'm woman enough to still hold it down. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
because
don't become petty Betty and go around and tell everybody things you done said. Go ahead.
yeah, because usually I would say when you cut somebody off, their personal business become irrelevant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's useless to even spread it.
Exactly, because you have to look at the fact y'all was cool at the time.
Right.
So that information that was shared amongst you and them during the friendship, that still needs to be respected, even if
Absolutely.
there was a disagreement.
I agree.
That's the way that it should go. But we have a lot of men and women that are not mature enough to do that, and that is what happened. When me and her fell out, and being that she knew I was the kind of person that would not back down,
Hmm.
then this is why I say this is where egos clash. By her knowing I would not back down, and she knew she would not back down. The only thing she could do was try to get rid of me, um versus having to worry about me coming back to retaliate. So she basically got me terminated from my position there, because again, she already knew what I was capable of.
Very
And
playful.
exactly, and she was threatened by that. So she wanted to just go ahead and get rid of me. That way she wouldn't have to worry about me retaliating or whatever, based off of the strength of what she was doing or whatever. So long story short, she ended up getting terminated a day later after me. And I had only been there like 3 years, and she had been there like 13, 14 years.
Oh wow.
So she ended up losing way more than me in the long run. And my thing is, once we realized that the friendship was not going to work, you could have just been woman enough to not even rock with me like that anymore. For you to have to resort to the level of causing me to lose my job, and karma came right back and bit you where you lost your job. So my thing is this. I know I'm going all over the place, but that's the same way it works with these YouTube streets, is
It
that
is.
you can't have grown men and grown women who can't agree to disagree respectably and go their separate ways without degrading one another, without getting on these panels, ranting about another individual for hours, airing each other's dirty laundry for a lot. I just think it really shows the lack of maturity we have as black men and black women in these YouTube streets.
Right. I I totally agree, you know what I'm saying? Especially when some money is involved, you know what
Oh
I'm
yeah.
saying? If they could get donations and get views and followers to
Hmm.
tune in every time they air out some dirty laundry, that's what they're gonna do.
Right. Yeah. It's because it's gotten to the point. It's like a dog eat dog world type of
Yep.
thing,
Like you
and
said, profiting off of other people's pain.
yeah, and that's exactly what is going on. And like I stated, what's up, underrated darkness. That's why you have to be so careful with who like who you decide to bring onto your brand, and who you decide to bond with in these YouTube streets, because the way I see black men and black women disrespecting each other through these YouTube sectors, it just really shows you that as black men and black women, we have not progressed. We're still in that infant stage. We're still drinking baby milk. A lot of us have not grown. We have not matured to the
And
point
we
that Yeah, go ahead.
and they might be drinking baby milk for a while.
Oh
There
yeah.
might not be no maturing jumping off.
Yeah, exactly. But I realized too, some people, and I found out this throughout life, some people just love to be in conflict because conflict to some people gives them a sense of empowerment. Some people love conflict. Some people feel like if they can continue to stay in drama and create drama, that's the more validation they are going to get, by drawing so much negative attention, especially to other people that they don't like.
Right.
And yeah, so that's I've been peeping a lot of that in
Yeah.
these YouTube streets, and you know what I mean. And I'm like, that is just why I'm skeptical about working with certain people and getting on certain people's platforms and bringing certain people on my platforms, because some people just have this negative energy, and
Yeah.
if you bring them on board, they can bring cancer to your brand, to your movement.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And the best way to check that out also is to kind of like skim through their content,
Yep.
find some lives that they have done with some panels, and you know what I'm saying, skim through that and check out how they act on their own
Right.
channel.
Right.
If they're a
Yeah.
hot ass mess on their own channel, they're gonna be a
That's
hot ass
right.
mess on your channel.
Exactly. Exactly. Because the problem is, everybody wants to be heard, and everybody wants their opinion to stand out more than somebody else's. You know what I mean? Not understanding that everybody has their own type of knowledge. So we should be able to share our knowledge, our own perspectives, without, degrading or insulting the opposite gender, just to, make us feel more validated. So I totally agree with you on that. Now, the other thing I was talking about this morning, I was talking about, I was on Instagram, no, Facebook, and I seen this gentleman post that, there's a lot of deadbeat fathers
Mm.
out here in the youth, out here amongst the black community. And basically, I noticed in his post, he basically shaded the men. He shaded all the men and basically made it seem like, as men, y'all need to step up. Y'all need to be better fathers. We got a lot of deadbeats out here. Y'all not giving a damn about your kids. You letting the mother, your children have to do it all by themselves. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, wait a minute, sound like to me, you're giving a lot of these females out here too much credit. Like you're just making it seem like there's just deadbeat ass dudes that are not being fathers to their children, when I know plenty of deadbeat ass mothers that are not taking care of their children, who get the child support, and are not, providing for the children. The child support is going towards nail shops, Chinese food restaurants, city trends, rainbows, um, the hair shops. It's the child support is going towards everything but the children. So my thing is, when I see other men shading other men, I'm like, wow, that lets me know how brainwashed some of these men are in the black community when it comes to these baby mamas.
Yeah, because I have a homeboy who be, kind of vented to me about how he be trying, you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, to reach out to his daughter and stuff like that. So now I got to the point to where they could talk, and the baby
Mm-hmm.
mom be doing little slick stuff like telling her to ask for a certain amount of money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Days that he's supposed to see her, all of a sudden she's doing something else. You know, um, taking some of the money that he sends her and planning a trip to Cancun.
Girl. So I'm telling you, I mean, some of these women, just say, some of these females out here are straight beasts. Some of
Oh,
these baby mamas are straight beasts, man. Um, the things they do to try to make things complicated for men to even have a connection with their children. I've witnessed, I've known personally, men in my family who have gone through it, trying to, be fathers to their children. But the baby mama, the mother of their children is so bitter that she basically, she's an opportunist. She will look for any opportunity to try to make things difficult. I remember, what my husband, with his ex-wife, um he's always, been there for his children. And because, she's still, bitter about things in the past, she looks for any tiny moment to try to make a fiasco out of something that's not even worth making a fiasco out of. Like, there was like one time, one of them had a graduation, and the whole family went to meet out for a big luncheon after the graduation. And when it was time for everybody to pay their bill, uh, she decided to say out loud. Now, I wasn't there. Good thing I wasn't, because I would put her in her place then. But she decided to stay out loud and show off, because she had a little entourage there and all of that. And she decided to say, well, I might as well go ahead and pay for everything, since I've been the one paying for everything all this time. And I'm like,
oh,
are you really, really serious right
yeah,
now?
it's like embarrassing him. Like anybody cares that she's paying for everything.
Yeah, what's up, Cool Gent? Good
And
morning. I could send you a link as well, Cool Gent, if you want to come on with us this morning.
she was like really, really trying to embarrass him.
Yeah, yeah. And she looks, oh, and that's what happens when a lot of these women, when they are so bitter, they will utilize any opportunity, any moment, to try to embarrass you or humiliate you. And that is why I really can't co-sign with a lot of these baby mamas when they say my baby daddy ain't shit, he ain't this, he ain't that, he won't step up, he won't do this or do that. When the truth of the matter is, a lot of these females, they make it unbearable for these men to even want to deal with them.
I mean, like as far as stepping up. Like, when did you finally decide that he wasn't stepping up? Like, how long did it take before? You know what I'm saying? See, they have the babies
Mhm.
quick,
Right.
so
Yeah.
there's no time
Yeah.
to find out if he really is gonna step up to anything.
Exactly. And the thing about it is too, a lot of these women, they have an ample amount of time to decide who to choose as a father for their children.
That's what I'm talking about.
They
You
have an
know,
ample amount of time. Yeah, they do. They do. And see, what has happened is too. I talked about this the other night on my panel. I said the problem is, some of these females, when they get desperate, they make desperate moves.
desperate
And
needs, desperate measures.
desperate, yeah, desperate calls for desperate measures. And what usually happens, some of these females, they intentionally put themselves in positions to where um they don't pick wisely. They don't, you choose the father of your child. As a woman, you decide who you want to lay with. You decide who to not use protection with. You decide, you make that choice, unless you was raped or held at gunpoint. That is the only way you didn't have a say so on who became the father of your children, but who becomes the father of your child. These women will willingly not protect themselves. They already, in many cases, they see a lot of warning signs. They see this
Yeah,
dude is not going to be a good dude for them, and yet they will still take a chance and go on a raw, get pregnant. And these are the same females that will get on these YouTube streets and vent about how all black men ain't shit, ain't sugar honey
yeah,
iced tea.
yeah. That's like the story of their life. And then it's like, you could kind of judge them by the way they talk. It's like, well, you ain't shit either.
Exactly. Exactly. My thing is, why complain about your baby daddy? You picked him.
Yeah, you ain't shit either.
Exactly. You chose him. Out of all the men you could have chose, that's the one you chose. You chose him. But this is the other thing too. This is what, frustrates me about a lot of these women out here is that they will not take accountability based on the fact that, they're the ones who chose the man they chose to be the father of their child. I heard a female tell me one time. Now, she already knew she was struggling in a relationship with the one or two kids they already had. She already was not getting much help from him, not getting much financial support from him. They already had a rocky marriage. They wasn't on the same key. He was already taking the money and not being responsible. He was not, basically he was not being a man, he was not being a husband. And yet that did not stop her from getting pregnant every year. And then she had the
Every year.
audacity, yeah, every year. She got pregnant every year throughout that marriage. She was with him like 5 years, 4 years, and she had four children. So she got pregnant every year. And when me and her was talking, I asked her, I'm like, you already know, you and him having problems, y'all marriage is not doing really well. So why do you keep having children? Why are you not on any type of birth control? Her response to me was, he doesn't want me getting on any birth control. He keeps getting me pregnant every year. She basically put it all on him.
Well, that if he can't stand her, I don't think he would want her to get pregnant every year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She sat up there and basically put it all on him. And she said, he keeps getting me pregnant. I've heard, and she's not the first black female I've heard say something dumb like that. Another female told me same thing. She's in a relationship with a man basically that was a rebound type of dude. She only got with him really because the man she wanted left her pregnant and pretty much kept on moving.
Mm.
So this guy came along at her darkest moment when she was already down and out, and he decided, which I don't know why, but this just goes to show you it's some men out here that got low self-esteem too, because he decided to be with her knowing that she already had a child on the way from a whole nother man. He still wanted to be Captain Saberhole. I don't know the
Yeah,
reason, whatever the
that was a
case is.
Captain Save a Hoe. That was a Captain Save
Basically.
a Hoe because he wrote a check that wasn't even going to cash.
Yeah, and that's what ended up happening. So she like I stated, uh because she was not having any luck getting any other dudes to check for her like that, she decided to stay with him on the strength, not because she wanted to be with him. She just knew she ran out of options. And it's a lot of females that are doing that. A lot of females are only marrying men and only getting with dudes because they know they pretty much don't wash themselves out. They washed up. And some of these men are so gullible, they're willing to take a chance and pick up where the last man left off. And basically that's what happened. She got with him not because she wanted him. She got with him because there was no other options. She was down and out. There was not another man that was willing to pick up where the last dude left off. So in the process of being with this man she really didn't want, she still kept having children. And she basically set up there, what's up, Marty? She set up there and she blamed him for why she kept getting pregnant. She basically kept saying, you know, um, he's holding me back. And I'm like, no, you were holding yourself back. You're the one that keeps getting pregnant every year. And I just find it very distasteful when a female can sit up there and get knocked up every year and will sit up there and blame the men. And I've heard women come out their own mouth and say stuff like that. Now, this was stuff I thought I heard I've heard other black men tell me this, and I didn't believe it was true till I started hearing some of the stuff these broads be saying. And I'm like, it just amazes me how some of these, a lot, not all black women, but some of these sisters will sit up here and blame other men for why they keep getting pregnant.
Yeah, it just kind of really, what they doing is really trying to hide the fact that they up to no good themselves. It's like you want to
Hmm.
blame the man why you always keep getting pregnant. I want to know why you always getting pregnant.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
And
what are
see,
you doing?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like,
pretty
what do you expect?
much.
You know what I'm saying? What
Hmm.
are you doing and what do you expect?
Hmm. See what happens too. Some women. What I'm starting to notice is some women, like we mentioned earlier, they get to a desperate point, and they know they have nothing to keep that man at bay. They know they got really nothing going for them. So what happens in a lot of cases, some women will keep having children from that man to keep him at bay because she knows she doesn't have anything else going for herself to make him worth staying. Like I know some women, I knew a female, she knew her marriage was in trouble. And she knew there was no other way she could keep him in that marriage. So what she did was she kept getting pregnant every year, because you have some women that'll do that too. You know, they'll keep getting pregnant because if you're in a relationship, of course the guy's not going to use protection. You know, if y'all living together and y'all in a relationship, y'all married, of course it's not going to use protection. But as a woman, if you know your marriage or your relationship is in trouble, that still does not mean it's okay to breed babies like roaches. Because the bottom line is, if he has had enough of the marriage and he doesn't want it, and he finds his way out, you are going to be the one that's going to be left holding the bag.
And then she's gonna be trying to get him for everything he got.
And that's always usually
Like
what
that he
happens.
can't have a livable life.
Yeah, exactly. So, with that being said, that is why I have a problem when I hear other men up here shaming other men and saying, you men need to step up. Y'all being deadbeat ass fathers. How dare y'all let y'all children suffer? You know, y'all need to be real men and step up. First of all, unless you have dealt with a beastie ass baby mama, you cannot sit up here and knock these other dudes and shame them and make them look less of a man, because you don't know what some of these men are going through.
I
I
know
had
it's
to
like,
I had to reply to him and check dude and say, first of all, you up here, you giving these females too much leeway.
I know it's like put your cape down. You're doing a lot of caping. Just put your cape down. Turn it down about
That's what
20
I'm
notches.
saying. I don't like a Derek Jackson brother. I
Yeah,
don't
you
like
saying that
dudes who be
that's
sitting
like
up here and yeah,
that's a silent code for pussy call.
that's what I'm saying.
Calling all
That's what I'm
pussy.
saying. That's what I that yeah that yeah that's what I'm saying. All this, all this pro black woman. No, you trying to get laid. That's what that
Yeah,
is.
you feel
You
me?
sitting up
You gotta
here.
read between the lines.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a lot of and it's so many, and it's a lot of sisters falling for these type of dudes that's willing to co-sign on their fuckery, because again, a lot of us as black women, we do not want anybody making us feel bad for our poor choices. Whenever I hear a man that's up here constantly co-signing and yeah, you're a queen, you're a beautiful woman, you shouldn't just settle. You shouldn't just, you're a queen, and you shouldn't just settle for these better dudes. First of all, how do you know she's a queen to be giving her that title? And I see it all the time. A lot of these sisters will run to these guys' defense and support these type of dudes, because in their mind they feel like, okay, this man really understands me. He really understands what I'm going through as a black woman. No, what he's doing is he's like you said before, like I always say, he's profiting off your emotions. Of course, he's
Yeah.
going to sit up there and tell you, "Oh, so what if you got 8, 9 baby daddies? You still a queen. So what? You deserve a
And
good
we
man."
know that that's not a queen. We definitely know that that's not a queen.
Exactly. We'll
We
sit
don't
up
want to
there.
use her for an example now.
Yeah, exactly. So what? So what? So what? You got knocked up since you've been 13 years old. You still a good woman and you deserve a good man. I mean, so what?
Gonna be baby daddy number 10.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And I've come to the realization that when it comes to the black community, it's a lot of black folks that are allergic to accountability.
You right too on that one.
It's a lot of us that are allergic to accountability.
Yeah.
Like I was saying the other day, it's too many black men who want to blame black women for all the fuckery that is going on in the black community, and then you have too many black women who want to blame all black men for all the fuckery that is going on in the black community, when really at the end of the day, we all are accountable for our own actions. As a black woman, I can sit up here and point out everybody's faults all day for the reason why my life is not going the direction it needs to go. I got several things I could blame it on, and I'm sure you do too, Kels. As black women, it's easy to find 1,000 things to blame as to why our life is not going the direction it should go. We can use our childhood because all of us have gone through something in our childhood. We
Yeah.
can use our personal pains because all of us have gone through some type of pain. What's up, Seven? What's up, Courtney? We all have something we can use. We all have a blame card that we could pull out the deck. But
Always.
until you stop using what you have gone through as a crutch to continue to be in that same fuckery mindset, then it really doesn't matter because you're not going to change your situation. So, how long are you going to keep pulling out that blame card, pulling that same card out the deck until you get to that point to where you realize the only way my situation is going to change, I am going to have to be the one to change it.
Yeah, some people use a past as strength to be better. Some people just
Right.
play that card just because maybe they didn't gain any strength from their past. Maybe they just weak.
Yeah, and and again, and like I said, it's both doing it. It's black women that are up here blaming everything they've gone through in the past. They blaming the a dude who cheated on them in 5th grade for why they'll never trust a black man. They come up with all kind of stuff. To stay bitter and to stay negative. And it's not only these sisters, it's a lot of scorned black men out there too. And my thing is, when it comes to the word scorned, we just want to automatically relate it to women because it's this myth that black men can't be scorned. And that is a lie. You have some scorned brothers out here like you got some scorned sisters. And it's not that I knock them for it, and it's not that I'm saying that to insult them. But what I'm saying is, if you are a black man or a black woman, and you have not healed from things that have hurt you in the past, you will hold on to that hostage. You will stay hostage to that pain, and it will keep you in captivity. And I strongly believe that is the reason why we have so much animosity in the black sector YouTube streets. It's a lot of black men and black women. They're holding their pain hostage. They're in captivity based on things they have gone through in their past, based on who has hurt them, who has betrayed them. It's a lot of us that are holding on to that pain, which is the reason why when it comes to us producing content, we can only produce negative content because a lot of us have not healed from um things that we have experienced in our past that still haunts us to this day. Do you agree with that?
That could be the case as well, but to a certain extent, some people could be playing a character.
Mm,
You
that's
know what
true.
I'm saying? They could be really, crisis acting at its finest.
That's true because see, a lot of people, we have a lot of a lot of artificialness in these YouTube
Yeah,
streets.
yeah.
Everybody is pretending they have gone through certain things, and they haven't gone through what they pretend that they have gone through. They
You feel
basically
me?
will make up things to get people to sympathize with them and to gain subscribers and gain an
I
audience.
have witnessed. I have witnessed that.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
A lot of them be lying, and then I'm not going to say any names, but I've heard that some of these guys in the YouTube panel that's on this fuckery move, this black female fuckery movement, I was shocked and surprised to find out these same men that are so against the black woman fuckery, a lot of them ain't even dating black women. And I'm like, oh hell. No
then how would they
wonder,
know if they're
huh?
not? So how would they? I mean, if they were dating a black woman in the past, but if you're not dating a black woman now, what kind of fuckery are you experiencing?
That's what I'm
With
saying.
black female fuckery.
And that's what that's my point. And my thing is too, is like, if you're dating a woman of a whole nother race, how my thing is, if you're giving advice from a bitter standpoint because basically you have given up on black women. So whatever information you're putting out there, it is based on your hatred for black women. Now, I'm not saying I have anything against black men who do not date black women. That is his preference. That's not for me to get in my feelings about. But think about it. Let's say if my husband was a white man, right? And I'm up here doing content on how all black men ain't crap. Do you know these brothers will be charging for my channel?
Oh
Like,
yeah, you'll be
who is
flagged.
she to be sitting up here talking about she don't rock with black men when she's married to another man outside their race? They're gonna automatically use that, they're gonna hold that as a weapon
Oh, that's
against.
gonna be their weapon.
Yeah, and that's why I was shocked. But when I hear, some of these guys with these panels, they so gung-ho and talking so recklessly. Okay, cool,
That's
Jen, I got you.
that,
Talking
that's
so,
why I said. That's why
yeah,
I said some be playing a character.
yeah,
That
yeah,
character.
yeah. Well, you already got hatred against a certain individual.
That you probably ain't dated a black woman in like 10 years.
There you go. That's
So
what
what
I'm
kind of
saying.
black female fuckery are you experiencing if you were with another race for like 10 years?
That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. And basically, if you're with somebody outside of your race, you have practically already given up anyway. So if that's not even in your repertoire, why are you even discussing it? And you're already living a whole nother lifestyle. That's like me used to being like that, for instance. Let's say if I used to be a crip, a gangbanger,
Right.
okay, back in the day. I've never been in the gang. I don't know nothing about no gangs. I don't have the balls to be in the gang, okay? This is just an analogy. But let's say I was a ex gangbanger and I used to be in the Crips. I have given up that lifestyle. I haven't been a gangbanger for almost 15, 16 years. How do I still have the privilege? of discussing a lifestyle that I haven't lived within the last 14, 15 years. I don't know how much has changed
Yes,
in the gang banging lifestyle since then.
because
So,
yeah, because
yeah,
now you're basing your opinion on what you see, and you
from
only
your
tune into
past.
what yeah, and you only tune into what you want to see. And this is probably the type of shit you like to see, black female fuckery.
Right, right. Yeah, but like I mentioned this before. See, the same movement, and again, I'm not against anybody. Everybody has a right to operate their channels based on what they want to operate it on. Everybody has that right to build their foundation on what they want to build it upon. But my whole issue is that you don't knock other people that don't support your movement. Just because somebody's opinion and their perspective is different from yours, who are you to criticize and put down other people who are for a totally different movement other
Because they want to be worshipped.
than right? Yeah, oh yeah, we got a lot of that. Well, we have too many people trying to be God in these YouTube channels.
I can't do that. I can't
Right.
worship. I can't worship you like that.
That's what I'm saying. And some of these panels, they have subscribers flooding in like it's a church congregation.
Yeah,
All
paying
needs to
their
be
tithes
pulled
at the
up.
door.
I'm like, y'all don't even serve the Lord the way y'all be serving these YouTube content creators.
You see
Y'all
what I'm
ain't y'all
saying?
y'all ain't even putting tithes in church, but y'all is paying for these people's car notes, for their house notes, for their mortgage. And the thing about it is, the sad part is with some of these subscribers, the moment they disagree with any of these people's standpoints, um, they will be written off. These content creators don't have a problem discarding those who don't support their movement. They don't have a problem getting rid of you if you don't support what they believe in. And not only that, some of these contents are now basically belittling people who will not submit donations.
Oh, yeah, you know you got to pay to kick it now.
You mean I just can't come to hang out in a chat room without you insulting me and telling me,
Maybe the first couple of
I'm
times,
a broke ass? Because I
maybe,
won't.
maybe the first couple of times. After a while, you better donate something.
That's what I'm saying. I got. I'm telling you, it's going to get to the point. What's going to happen is if they start seeing too many of the same subscribers coming to their channel, and they're not donating, slowly but surely they're going to be blocking people.
Yes, they
So
are.
if you discovered as a subscriber that you done got blocked and you don't know why, and you've never had a bad negative encounter with the content creator, it could be because you didn't put no damn change in that collection
Yeah,
plate.
you said about
And
3 weeks.
and the fuckery congregation. That's what I'm gonna call it, the fuckery congregation.
Yep, you didn't contribute in like 3 weeks, so now they're not fucking with you. You ain't contributing $5 in like 3 weeks. You're blocked.
I'm gonna send it to you through the Google Hangout because I think Yahoo is acting up, cool shit. Yeah, you have, like I said, you have people getting booted, and getting blocked because they're not um they're not donating.
That's
They're
sad. That is really taking the fun out of,
yeah,
listening to
yeah,
you talk and, you know what I'm saying? And, talking to people that
right,
you may know in the chat room. Now you can't go
right,
back in there. It's
Man,
like,
your behind, man. You ain't heard that man last night when
right,
he said
yeah,
on point
yeah.
spread.
yeah,
I
that
you
really
know
is.
I agree. Definitely with that. It's gotten to the point now. It's all about profit. What's up, James? What's up, Water Sniper? It's all about profit. It's not about knowledge
Yeah,
anymore. That was supposed to be the main purpose for building the YouTube, the black YouTube sector. But once super chat and all of
That's
these
what it is.
other, you know monetized features came about, we've become so addicted to the donations that we have lost the purpose for the cause.
You
And
kind of start depending on
yeah,
the
go ahead.
donations. They
Yeah.
depend on the donations. So, you know what I'm saying? They're not getting a certain
Mm-hmm.
amount, they start tripping.
Exactly. Exactly. Because you get addicted to profiting off of these platforms. And I believe that's what's going on. What's up, Sharmika? Thank you very much. Okay, no problem, love. Yeah, and we're going to get into some more of the little baby mama drama you too. We're talking about random different topics. Now, moving on. I don't know. I'm sure you're familiar with the actress Vivica Fox, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Well, it's this video that's going viral of her basically stating and I think she's close to her 50s now,
Okay.
I think. And
You
basically
you
she's
saying she
stating that huh?
well, you were saying that Vivica was close to her 50s?
I believe so. I'm gonna double check on that because I mean she looks good for her age. I will
She
give her
did.
that. She makes some of these 40, she makes some of these 20-year-olds look like they're 60. I notice like a lot of these young broads look 20 times look like, these 20-year-olds now are looking more like they're 50. And the 50-year-olds are looking more like they're 30 and 40. It's just crazy. But basically, what's going on with her is that she has basically stated she's ready to settle down. She's looking for committed relationships. She's ready to be committed now.
Okay. So is that a problem that she's ready to be committed?
What my thing is, you wait till you about 50. I'm like, she not knocking her. She's beautiful. She's successful. You have no children. You can't produce. You can't give a man a family at this point. I mean,
Wait a
she
minute. Didn't Janet Jackson have a kid at 50?
but that was like a slim ass, like that's like hitting the goddamn lotto scratch off. That's like a damn
One in a million?
one in a million like shot. You know what I mean? Um, Basically, she said most of her relationships was based off of sex. And now she's ready to settle. Now she went ready to settle down. What's up, Cool Jit?
Hi, Cogent.
What's up, Lady Mocha? What's up, Kills? How y'all ladies doing?
Yeah,
Pretty
we doing
good.
good. Talking about a little bit of everything. Talking about baby mama drama. Talking about um um refurbished horrors and all kind of stuff this morning.
Did you say
Okay, good.
refurbish?
Yeah, refurbished. Refurbished whore is
Okay.
somebody who no longer wants to be a whore. They want to be renewed. They ready to
Now they
settle
want to be
down.
committed. Right.
Yes, they want to be committed. Vivica Fox is on a refurbished whore. Now, this is my thing. Okay, this is my issue with some of us as women. We automatically take mistake promiscuousness for liberation, for being liberated. We think because we can get all, we think because of the feminist movement and because of us being liberated. Okay, Seven, I will send you a link. No problem. We feel now our sexual because we feel that our sexuality is liberation, and that is not true because what a lot of people are finding out is that when you play with your whole youth, you toy with your youth, and you screwing all kind of guys, and same thing for you guys, you screwing all type of females, it's going to come a point where you're going to be ready to settle down. You're getting older. Let's face it, none of us are getting any younger. Things happen. Things that are pointing north right now are going to point south. That Coca-Cola bottle shape is going to turn into a keg. We're not going to be fine and sexy forever. And I don't care how much you go to the gym, how much you work out, and I think that's great. I'm not discouraging anybody from wanting to be healthy and wanting to take care of their bodies. But when you play around for a long time, what ends up happening is you become very limited in your choices. Starting with you, Kels, what is your intake on that? Do you think, let me just generalize the question so y'all both kind of get what I'm asking you. Do you think that when we wait too long to settle down, we do ourselves a disservice? Or do you think the younger we are, it's better to go ahead and settle down right away? That way we don't limit our options. What's your intake?
Yeah, I think it is better to settle down when you're younger because it do get harder to settle down when you're older. But then
Mm.
again, you do got some older people that's like 50, 55, ready to settle down. Maybe she might find somebody that's her age that's ready to settle down along with her. I don't know, but I think she's limited, you know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Especially if everybody already know that you're a refurbished whore.
Like for real.
It's
With
like, oh, now
Coogit.
you want to settle down? Like, how you
Yeah.
feeling? So,
Yeah, now you wanna I think that's interesting. Now, okay, before I let Coogent uh speak on it. So from a female perspective, you feel like women, we it's better for us to settle while we're younger, while we're still perky, you know, nothing sagging, we're still tight and right in the right places. Basically, that's what you're stating. I just want to make sure I'm understanding where you're coming from.
Talking to me?
Yeah, no, I was asking poetic to is I was just clarifying. Is that what you're saying, poetic?
yeah, that's exactly what I'm
Okay.
saying. That's
Okay,
exactly what I'm saying.
cool. Now I'm glad I have Coogee on here, and I'm about to bring Seven up because I want to know for men too, because y'all like to play for a very long time. Y'all like to juggle, especially when you know you look good and you know your platinum penis game is on point. Y'all will play for a long time because you know you got your shit together, you know you look good, you got you a nice car, you got you your A+ credit.
On that
Y'all
point,
will exactly. Y'all will move like molasses in committing to a woman. So I want to know from your perspective as a man, do you think men also need to be careful with taking too long to commit?
From a man's point of view, even though we still have time, stuff like that, because we have our prime is like 50, I believe. So yeah, we still want to be careful, but at the same time, I mean,
Hmm.
we want to make sure we got everything right with ourselves because we're the builders and providers, of the nation. So that's my take on it.
The reason I ask because I know some men um with good jobs, good credit, well established. They kept playing the field too long. And I know one or two of them that's in their middle 50s, still look good, but they're having a hard time getting a good woman because even though y'all don't have the same disadvantages as us, you can still have children. Y'all don't have a biological clock. It's not as much against a man as it is compared to a woman who waits too long. But I'm hearing a lot of men that are stating now that they're in the middle 50s, it is hard for them to find a good woman. All they keep running into is, like Kels would say, raggedy Anns, these refurbished whores, you know, they're very limited. Their choices are becoming as limited as women who wait too long too. So,
what
um,
point?
Some of them are ready to kind of settle down, but they're not having no luck either.
Yeah, because
Hmm.
sometimes when a man get up in age, he gets real picky too.
Yeah,
You know
that's
about
true
about
too.
the type of woman.
Exactly.
Yeah, about the type of
Also,
woman that he wants. So that could be the case as well. And then the other situation, they sometimes they just attracted to Raggedy Ann's, and that's all they could get.
because I think what they some of the guys may realize is that those guys back then living in the modern times now, it's like wow, they say things have changed. You know, the women ain't the same no more, and they thought it would be like that easy. But like I said, it's it has something to do with like different generations as we progress, because everything's not going to be the same as it was like 20 plus years ago.
I agree. And James in the chat, he actually made a good statement. He said, because they're still looking for the wrong type of women or and are still stuck on image. And I believe that. I believe some men they still look for a certain type of woman. But what a lot of people not understanding is, and this goes for black men and black women, do y'all not realize your type may not be you may not be their type? Do y'all not understand that?
I mean,
That
Yeah, and
just
that's the
I
thing.
I
I,
understand that, but others don't. You know what I'm saying? They want their type to be their type too, or however you said it. They
yeah,
want them to be wanted like they want them.
yeah, because I'm gonna tell you what the
hmm
problem is. I said this the other day. A lot of black men and black women, the reason why their relationships fail too, is because they get with unequally yoked people, and that's the reason
Oh
why a lot
yeah.
of stuff won't. That's the reason why their relationships won't, have any longevity to it. That's why they continuously fail and stuff, trying to make the relationship work when it doesn't. It's like putting two bears on the same side. Things gonna cut on, but it doesn't work like that.
Or they be trying, or they also be trying to mold someone that's not their type into their type.
Yeah. Good, very good
Hmm.
point. Very good point. Okay, Seven. I'ma send it to you through the Google Hangout. Cause for some reason, y'all who must be on this administration today. Because
They
everybody who I done sent a damn link, they not getting it. I don't understand. Yeah. Um you are absolutely right. You made a good point. What's up, Sheep Stay Sleep TV, and what's up,
what's
Epic
going on?
7 and Kevin Lamar Music? Thank y'all for coming in. That's very true. The problem with some of us as black men and black women, we try to make it happen with
Mhm.
people where it's just not going to goddamn happen. It don't matter if the connection is not there. If y'all are not on the same level, and I see this, I've seen this all the time. And women, we are prime candidates of it. Women, we always try to do the build the bear syndrome. It's a
Build
lot of us black women, we do it all the time. Now, not too many black men do it. You got a few brothers that will try to make a woman a project, but they don't do it as often as we do. Black women, we are the prime candidate of being the build a bear. We always trying to build and structure a man into what we need them to be. I've known women who have picked up dudes from the homeless shelter. I'm
Oh
not lying.
wow.
We a lot of that. Let me tell you that a lot of that is going on in the South. Cool Gent and Kels. It's a lot of
Hmm.
homeless guys here in Chatham County where I live. A lot of them live in shelters, right? And you would not know they're homeless because the Salvation Army, the Union Mission, these type of organizations, they provide these homeless guys with resources. They give them shoes, they give them clothes, they give them things to where you can't tell he's a homeless guy just by looking at him.
See,
And what,
that's
yeah, go
crazy.
ahead.
That's crazy
Mm.
because being in that type of situation, you will kind of want to remove yourself from the dating market.
Yeah,
Mm.
I wouldn't be
yeah.
wanting to look for somebody to help me out the shelter, to be honest with you.
Yeah, a lot of dudes are doing that because what they're doing is they're preying on single women, especially single mothers, because single mothers are the most vulnerable. Let's just keep it real. Single mothers are the most vulnerable because they're the ones who are looking for like that replacement father to where they don't have to deal with all the weight on their own. So a lot of that is going on. What's up, Seven? Welcome
Hi,
to
Seven.
Cafe de Paris. What's good?
Bro.
My international player from the Himalayas. He
How's
the
everybody
international
doing?
player from the Himalayas. Welcome to the building. What's up, Seven? What would you like to add to this content? Because I know you got a whole lot to say.
Well, you already know I'm allergic to what's going on in terms of the females here, so with all due
Of
respect.
course. But this is my question.
Yes.
Putting the international women aside and these American women who you so dearly can't stand aside. This is the general question. The question is, do you think that from a man's point of view, um that sometimes a brother can play the field way too long to the point to where he misses out on getting a good woman because he spent too much time being choosy, being too selective, passing up every good woman because in his mind maybe he felt like he was going to always have it like that. Do you think that in many cases it can backfire as a man if you take too long to pick a woman to settle down with?
What are you considering long?
If like okay, like if okay, because we was talking about Vivica Fox, the actress. Vivica Fox, there's a video that's surfacing to where I don't know if she did an interview with somebody or what, but
Okay.
she's stating and I think she's close to her 50s if I'm not mistaken. If anybody in this chat room want to correct me, please do. I
I'm
think
looking
she's in
up
her
right now.
50s. And she basically stated that most of the relationships she has had has been based on sex. And she's ready to settle down now. And I'm like, okay, you wait till you 50. You can't have any kids. She doesn't have any children, none of that or whatever. But she's a woman. So I'm wondering from a man's perspective, if you wait till you get like in
She's
your 50s,
54.
60s, huh?
She's 54.
Damn. You ready to settle at 54?
Lady Mocha, remember I said that they'll wait from like 50 to 55 to want to settle down. So she might have a chance because she might find a man who's her age that's ready to settle down too.
She might. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess so. Yeah. If she meets a man her age, he's already had kids. He's not no young dude who still want kids and still want a family. Then yeah, she probably can. If she's into is she into guys her age though? Because she's always dated those young roughnecks. Remember, she used to go with 50 Cent. She's still infatuated with 50 Cent to this day. She may not even want a man her age.
Oh, well, then yeah, she might not have a chance.
First and foremost, let me say this. That is because she wanted to have control over many of these relationships, especially with
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
guys younger
Real
than her.
talk.
mm.
Say that
Oh
again,
yeah,
bro.
you right.
Now, here's what I want to say to the fellas. Get with whoever fits your boat. Do not let no woman dictate your moves. Do not let no woman control your methods. What I mean by that, she can assist you, helping you to get to where you need to get to. If she gets out of pocket, you need to check her, meaning you don't have to hit her, you don't have to abuse her. Two things you could do: either try to fix it, meaning work things out behind the scenes, or let her go. My
Mm-hmm.
method is let her go
Mm,
because I'm
mm-hmm.
not going to have no headache. If you want a headache, I always say to the ladies, if you want a headache, there's plenty of men that can accept it. I'm serious. I'm not joking.
Hey, I'm with you on that too.
See,
Ah,
guys have a scarcity mindset. I don't have a scarcity mindset. I could be
mm,
alone for a certain amount of time and do what I need to do because I already know what it takes to get a woman. That's not an issue for me. It's an issue for most guys. They have a scarcity mindset. And so when a female know you scared to move forward, it becomes more dangerous for the man because now she's going to put you in a disrespectful mode. Because
Mm,
as a man, you're not supposed to let nobody disrespect you at all, let
Mm-hmm.
alone a female who's supposed to assist you, not abuse you, not destroy you, not
hmm.
put you down because you're going through certain things. Things happen. We
Right.
all go through changes. We're not going to be the same person you met and we together for 10 years. It's not going to be the same thing. And that's the adjustment period. Some females
I
is
agree.
not ready for the adjustment period, guys. You can't force it. I
And
don't
you,
force women to make adjustments, period. It's up to them if they could do it or not. If not, there's the door. Go about your business. Now, here's the catch. They want to come back because they see somebody else come in the door.
mm,
You already had somebody in the door for you to give me a headache. I'm not trying to hear no excuses from any woman. You give a man a headache constantly, go with the person you want. Because obviously somebody knocked on your door, somebody knocked on your breast, somebody knocked on your doorknob. And they hit it. Hey, go with them. You doing me a favor. I ain't gonna get upset
yeah.
and pissed off like most of these guys on YouTube. No, 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 no. It's too much. It's more women than men on the earth. So I have more options. The numbers are still in my favor at the end of the day. It's not in the favor of most women. And most women don't want to be honest about that.
Unfortunately, you spoke some harsh truth. Um, the control is a big factor because I'm gonna tell y'all what Vivica Fox said, so y'all can reiterate on this. Vivica Fox addressed that she is now looking for a potential partner during an episode of the CBS talk show. Um, Basically, she said Fox used her past relationship issues to give advice to an audience member. She said she previously valued superficial qualities over the things that matter. Her words, quote unquote, to be honest with you, for the longest time, I used to be like a girlfriend, the actress said. Just one lustful little thing, a six pack and a smile used to get me every time. The 54-year-old says she has matured since her past relationships, but now I've grown up and okay, but now I've grown up, okay, at 54. But now I've grown up and honestly, I'm looking for a good partner. I need someone that's going to make me laugh. I need someone that's going to make me smile. I want a man that when I see him, he gives me butterflies. Well, the last time I felt a man give me butterflies, I found out it was gas, but that's another story. Um, he gives me butterflies, and that every time his number pops up on my phone, then I get excited to see him. When the co-host suggested good sex, Fox explained why a deeper connection is now more important. I'm going to take the time to get to know some person because before I used to put sex before getting to know a person. And trust me, I'm single, she explained. So now I'm taking the time to get to know someone that loves to travel. Oh, there you go, Rollo, since you love to travel. That loves sports, that loves to have fun, that enjoys life and got his own money. The actress has been in some high profile relationships, including marriage to singer Christopher Harvest, rapper 50 Cent, and so forth. So basically, that's what she's implying.
Got news for her. She's a competition with
Uh-oh.
a lot of other ladies coming up, honestly. So what does she think was going to happen though when she gets to a certain age though? Nobody's not going to be checking for her only for sex. Yeah, young guys, but other than that, I mean, like she's a lost cause.
That's what I'm saying. And I knew she was
Mm,
older than 50. I knew
wow.
she had to be a little
Let
older
me
than
say
50.
this to you, ladies, and I'm gonna
Wow.
be straight blunt. You know, me being a Sagittarian, straight blunt. Let me say
Of
this:
course. Go ahead.
you ladies you have competition coming up in the ranks, not only with the young women's here, you have
Mhm.
competition with women from other ethnicities that is coming into the atmosphere of this resources, so to say, in the websites. You have different YouTube content creators, social media. I meant to say,
Mhm.
social media has given. women more opportunities for more options. Vivica Fox wished she could change the time to be in her 30s and 20s. She wished the internet was more exposure back then than it is now. And so you have most older women and most older men have a issue with most young people because they're making funds, they're making transitions, they go in different parts of the world. They figure out how to socialize. It's very, I mean, Vivica Fox, if you meet her probably in person, she's not that talkative. She's talkative on her shows. Yet when it comes down to it, when the lights close, half of these celebrities don't know how to talk. I was in the industry. I talked with a certain amount of them,
Mm.
and I'm telling you that they're not the same people you see on TV. And they put this I'm happy, and a lot of them is not happy with themselves, and they wish they could change the time of the times. You already made your decision. You took the oath. You took the allegiance to other entities, and it's eating them alive, and it destroys relationships that they have. And a lot of them can't get with the people they want to get with because they made a deal. Once you make a deal, you cannot break that deal. They're gonna come for you. And
Hmm.
so
Mhm.
what happens is most females get jealous, like in the movie Elysium. Now I get it. You know, everybody was rooting for the girl, she was with the dude. But do you realize that she should have let him go when he was dealing with that same chick that he allegedly was dealing with? See, this is the thing with men. As you start learning, you have experience with men, ladies. You could put them into a good position, but it's something that you did not catch in that movie Elysium.
What's the name of that movie?
Not Elysium.
You mean Acrimony?
No, 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 no. The one with Terry P. Henson and the guy was together for a minute. Not Elysium. I don't know what the hell I'm
Acrimony,
talking.
Acrimony, right?
Acrimony. Yeah, I don't know what the hell Elysium got to do with this. Excuse me. Acrimony.
No, I was just making sure. I'm like, cause that sounded like a good ass movie. I was getting ready to like find
No,
it.
you
Like,
need to see that. You need to see that anyway. But
yeah,
Acrimony.
okay.
So in that movie, she disrespect him to her family. That's why he went into dismantle with her. See, what happens is most women tell their family he ain't no good, tell their friends he ain't no good, tell the other guys that's dealing with the females, tell them their business.
I
Big
agree.
turn off.
That's a very that is
You
very
want you
damaging to
want
a
like you
relationship.
want like if your husband or your man tells your his relatives or his friends negative things about you. So don't so Tyra P. Henson instead of just like, all right, we're gonna fix this together somehow.
But
She
but
went that rant.
but 7-2, with all due respects, being that we're in that movie, he put her in a position where she had to tell him, because remember they found out that the house was about to get lost. Sometimes as women you can't always hide what's going on in your household, especially if the man is not handling his business. Like, like I've known some women who tried to be quiet and like, oh, I ain't gonna tell nobody what's going on. But sometimes people do dumb shit out loud that bring attention to the problems in your marriage. You get what I'm saying? If that makes any sense. Like,
Hmm.
he stopped paying up when she put all those loans and stuff out for him, and she put the house on the market for him with that invention or whatever. The sisters them found out, and she did try to cover him by saying, she was taking care of it and all of that. And then the sister was like, no, 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 it's too far gone. We about to lose everything. So, and sometimes, if your mate does something stupid, it brings attention to the family finding out anyhow. So that's kind of what happened in that case. And people want to know, okay, so how come y'all about to lose the house? And she had to tell them why. He's been trying to send his invention down here, blah, 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 blah. So he kind of put them in that position of where their business got exposed. But I do also agree with what you said about women. We mess up when we tell other people what's going on in our house, because what happens is when you and your husband have gotten past it and y'all decide y'all want to move forward, people are still looking at y'all sideways for an issue that y'all done already decided to work it out.
And on top of that, you notice when he gave her back and some,
Mm.
he gave it back to her eventually. He made up for the time he eventually agreed with that he messed up. He gave her and some and flowers and went about his business. That was not enough for her. This is why I'm saying to you guys, you tell a woman something you promise, don't do it. Because in that clip, she knew he got the house. See, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
this is why I said, let me say this. Her own family turned on her. What did I say to you guys? I said to you, Cool.
I agree. That happens too. Yeah.
Women only cool with you as long as your man is down and out. The minute they find
So
out
sad.
he got a little something, they'll turn on you quicker than the males would turn on the males. Now, I'm not saying the males don't turn on the males, but that happens. But what I'm saying to you fellas that's married, that the female friends that she has, if they're not happy in their situation, which they was not in that movie, and that's real life, and they see
Mm-hmm.
the guy is becoming successful, he moving up, all that talking bad about him will turn down to no talking about him. And the female's not thinking
Mm-hmm.
logically, why is they looking at me different? You're not, because you're in your emotions can get you in trouble sometimes. Sometimes it gets you out of trouble, but it can get you
Yes.
into trouble. And so because
Agreed.
of that, they all turn on her. Say, you are evil, Tyra B. Henson, and they all left her. And when they all left her, all her family, and they protected the same guy they had an issue with, they tried to protect him and warned her. Now the family warns him about her other side. Oh, y'all don't want to talk about the other side of her. That was brought up in the movie.
That whole movie pissed me off, to be honest with you.
Oh, that's why a lot of women wanted to get at Tyler Perry. Huh? I was upset with him. But they don't mind him playing Medea, you don't say. Oh, Medea,
Yep.
yeah, clap. Medea, yeah. Roof. Meow, 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 meow. Because you know the roof is the Sims. Meow, meow, meow. They go like, yeah. When he puts out the real information, they protest it.
But the reason why I couldn't stand it is because there was so much truth, and it stepped on a lot of toes, because that happens a lot in relationships. It's so many people who have left their husbands, left their wives, but it's been more women who have left their relationships because mama got in their ear, sister got in their ear, neighbor got in their ear, and the thing about it is, when you make decisions based on other people, and that's why I tell women, be careful. Don't let your pride get aside, because what happens is, that's why you made a good point about women need to keep us going on to themselves, because once you put it out there that your husband is doing this and doing that and vice versa, people look for you to stick with what you say you're going to do. If you said, I'm going to leave him, I'm done with him, people look for you to follow on that. And the moment they see y'all kiss and make up and y'all decide to work on it, they will keep blasting you for it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the other bad part about it, when you're too open. But that movie, it really was it was really very good, because it also showed too that the sisters had problems of their own with their own husbands, and they was up here trying to tell her what she needed to do with her marriage.
Mm-hmm.
That happens a lot in the Black community. We always got an opinion about other people's relationships, and then our own household is not in order.
Yep.
Yes.
It's like one big high school in the black community though.
Uh
Yep.
oh. Uh oh.
Yep.
And that's real
Tell it.
talk.
Tell
That's
it.
real
Tell it.
talk. It is though, because a lot of black men and black women are still stuck on past relationships. You know what? You know the man or the woman didn't stick around. You know they cheated on me because it's so much pain. It's so much pain like within our race, and that's why we can't move forward because we're stuck in the past and stuff. When some of us are already ready to move on, and like I said, man, we keep passing this
Mhm.
generational curse. We
That's
keep passing
true.
it on,
Preach.
People
and that's
be
why we
expecting you to do something terrible. Always be expecting you to do something wrong.
right. And that's why we can't go. We can't move forward because of past relationships, past pain. You know, families already been broken and stuff. You know, slavery and all that. So it's like I just don't know, man. We got to heal from it. We got a long way of healing. Very
I
long way.
totally agree. That's what me and Kels was talking about earlier, before you and Seven came on. I said, that is why we have so much animosity in the black YouTube sector. It's a lot of people putting information out here on platforms based on their own personal pains. Because believe it or not, a lot of us as black men and black women, we are slaves to our own pain.
Yes, that's
We
it.
we are we are enslaved to it. Go ahead.
Yes, you're right. You know, we are slaves to our own pain. And like I said, as I mentioned before, we're not going to be able to move on unless we heal. But a lot of us, we go the opposite way and don't want to heal. And it's like, well, what do you expect? We're not going to move forward if we don't never try to heal and have better, healthy relationships and marriages and something to look forward to in the future because we're too stuck on the past. That's real talk.
Exactly. Exactly. A lot of us are still hostage to our own pain. And it's a lot of brokenness in the black community. And it's black men and it is black women. The problem is we want to keep calling out other people's pain without
Hmm.
acknowledging our own.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with saying the reason why I have a problem with black women because I've had too many black women do me in. I have not made the best of choices in the type of black women because I was going by how they looked. I was going by how big their booty was or whatever the case is. And same thing as black women. We will not acknowledge our pain. We want to call out everybody else's. We will not say I am a black woman that suffered with low self-esteem issues, which is the reason why any man that gave me attention, I did not do no research when I decided to lay down and conceive a child with this man because I was so glad with the attention he was giving me because I'm so used to not getting attention. I didn't do my research. Very rarely are we going to acknowledge our own pain.
Hmm. It's real talk. We keep pointing the finger at each other, you know, with who been with who. You know, this person had this baby with so and so and so, other girl from last week, and it's just like it's a one big cycle. It's just so dysfunction. I said, man,
The black YouTube sector is becoming a big ass circus.
it
It's a
is.
circus. It's all about entertainment and it's all about clowning. It's about putting on a performance.
You know what else
That-
too, Lady Mocha? Everything
yeah.
you said, like a lot of the dudes, I ain't gonna mention names, but the men on the some of the guys from the YouTubers are got more like female tendencies than the women does, and that's
I'm
real
seeing a
talk.
lot of that. I'm also mention this to Seven and Kels too. Um, like I mentioned to Kels earlier. I said I'm more fretful of YouTube now because I'm seeing too many black men disrespect other black men. So for me as a black woman, I know I don't stand a chance in being respected because black men are not even respecting other black men. I'm seeing that. When I see other black men going at other black men, calling each other bitch ass, Negroes and things of that nature, that's discouraging to me as a black woman. Because if I'm seeing two kings, y'all are supposed to be kings. And I'm seeing these kings battle out with each other and disrespect each other and sabotage each other's panels. that discourages me as a black woman from even wanting to get involved. Because if y'all will attack each other, y'all damn sure gonna attack us as black women.
Mutilate us. Actually, if you're gonna, yeah, if y'all attacking each other, you're definitely gonna mutilate the black woman.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
yeah, you know what? And like I said, it goes back to a lot of those guys still look the non-select, beta versus alpha type of stuff. Yeah, it's basically like I said, going back like what happened to their past and stuff like that. The pain and stuff. So that's why it's like going forward, especially with this Pookie versus HK Lane garbage.
Like I stated earlier, Mocha, I look at this
Mm-hmm.
as a business standpoint, not of the
Mm-hmm.
back and forth. We got to look beyond that. Look at it from a business standpoint as a man, and then you can look at it from the standpoint as a lady. Business wise, you have most men who are in certain frat nation. You have the Alpha Kappas, you have women in
Mm-hmm.
sororities. This is bigger than the beef. So this person has connections to certain people in the industry, and what you're going to find out, as I said it to you before, Mocha, most people in these YouTube streets are not who you think they are. You have to be
I
observant.
agree.
Right.
And so a
I
lot of
agree.
them is hating on regular content creators who are more successful than them in this field. When you come from an entertainment business and you happen to come on YouTube and you have folks who never thought in their wildest dream that they could make a decent amount of money on YouTube, why you think celebrities like Will Smith and them on here, Vivica Fox got a show? Because the money is not in mainstream as much as it used to be. Everything is
Right.
Yeah,
on the
that's true.
internet. So you got to understand from a business
That's real
standpoint.
talk.
So when you
True.
got somebody coming up in the rankings who gets a little bit more respect, as a man, if your ego is not checked at the door and you're not humble and you're not allowing this man to do what he has to do, you have every right to check the person. You think a male lion is going to allow another male lion to attack his den? Hmm? This is
Yep, that's
man
real
stuff.
talk.
Women
True.
sit back and watch and let the man deal with. Let me tell you what the scriptures say, and this is not being disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
Scriptures say for a woman not to get involved in a man's fighting, because what
I
happens is
agree.
she gonna be put out. And we seen many women try to get in men's affairs in
Hmm.
public, and the
Yep.
dude knocked that man's woman out. That's scripture. That's not me
Yes.
being on some
Mm.
I hate women. Stay out of men's affair.
Hey, Rollo, you got to give me that
Because you
scripture
can
too,
get hurt.
man. You got to give me that one, man, because that right there like hit the nail on the head, dude.
So when you say women need to stay out of men's affairs, are you speaking in particular as far as like panels? I just want a little bit more
When it
clarity
go,
on.
when it's the back and forth with men, you could assist, but don't get involved, meaning physically get involved. There's some females
Okay.
physically making threats to other men, and not every man's gonna take that kindly. They will get at you.
Yep, that's real
Right.
talk. You stick your hand in the lion's mouth, you're gonna get bitten.
Right. 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 So are
And
you implying like as far as like YouTube and particularly like
But there's been outside of YouTube because some females
okay.
have this way of trying to tell a man, don't go. You don't know the whole situation. Number one, let them
Right.
talk about. Let the council of men deal with it, and
Right.
you ladies deal with the females and the children in certain instances because a lot of females don't. I see many females get in certain men's face.
Yeah,
While
yeah,
while
I agree as
while
to
the
women
It's
man,
shouldn't.
acceptable.
like let's say I'm walking, I'm minding my business, and some dude's with his chick, and I'm not looking at her like I'm trying to get with her. I'm looking at you like saluting you, man. You got a nice female. If he takes it the wrong way and he wants to attack me, if she gets involved, I'm gonna let her know, yo, you better get your woman. And if he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't get his woman, and I'm happy to swing on you because you coming at me, attacking me, and you in the way, hey, all bets are off.
Yep. And that's why I said some of these dudes,
Yeah.
man, put your wife or whatever in check. Cause I ain't
Real
mentioning no
talk.
names though, man. Because they come at you though, you can get that work too.
What
I
real
I
quick?
I I,
I
I
agree.
agree. Yeah, go ahead, Kels.
No, I said I agree. Stay in a woman's place.
Yeah,
Or get dealt with like a man.
I agree. For one, I would never be comfortable getting between two lions anyway.
Me
I'm
either.
not that's a battle that, for one, my husband, I let him fight his own battles.
Yeah,
The
that's
only
not
time I'm gonna get
the
involved if
place.
it's another broad trying to handle him. Now, if it's a broad trying to handle my husband, then that's where I step in and intervene. But
Right,
if I see him having an issue with another man, I'm not about to get up in there. For one, he handles his own business. He does not need me to fight his battles for him. And then another thing is too, we can the other way around. I've seen some men get up in women's businesses. Which
yeah,
if
that's
if your
not
if
good.
your
That's not
wife,
good. Yeah.
yeah, if
Not
if
good.
you have a wife, if your wife got an issue with another woman, why is you checking another woman about your woman? I don't like stuff like that either. You know what I mean? Like, because some women, they old man is so controlling, and some women, they tell their man everything because she may be in an abusive relationship where her man wants to know her every move. So I've heard guys confront other women for having their women out too late. Why you have my wife out 2, 3 in the morning? She got to be home a certain time. No, dude. First of all, go check your wife. Don't come over here with that. And as a woman, if you know you got a possessive husband, why is you out with other women? Knowing you got the type of dude, that's possessive and controlling. He don't like for you to go out with other women unless he's around or unless he knows about it. It's I've seen I've seen men get involved in women's businesses. It's not as bad as what women do, but I've seen a couple of guys do it, and I'm like, that's a turn off.
Yeah.
Well,
It really is.
It makes those type of guys look weak, trying to go after the female. I mean, first and not the husband. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I and
yeah.
something else too. Um, I say this too. It's more like the YouTube is more BEF instead of BET. And what I mean by that is black entertainment fuckery.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yes, you ain't lying. I mean, it's gotten to the point, and the problem is, we got too many egos in these
Yeah.
YouTube. It's a lot of egos, and the thing is, everybody wants to be the man. Everybody,
Everybody want to be a YouTube star.
Yeah.
right? No, some people, they want to have all the shine. They
Yep.
don't want to share it with no one else. You know what I mean? I know some people, for instance, I won't say any names, but I know a particular YouTuber will get on everybody else's panel, but I notice he never let anybody else's on his.
Mm.
He rarely brings anybody on his panel, and I'm like, okay, you want all the shine, you want all the glory, but you won't share it though.
Right.
You have some content creators. They're YouTube hoppers. They YouTube kangaroos.
They are.
They
And
will
some of
jump from one channel to another channel, but they won't bring nobody on theirs. But yeah,
right. A lot of them just excuse my language, but I'm gonna just say shit starters. Stuff on panel to
yeah.
panel stuff, pass on propaganda and stuff. World of problems.
yeah, that's true.
Mhm. Mhm.
So those type of people I can't really take serious at all. So you know what, Lady Mocha, and I agree with you about your select on who you rather interview behind the scenes and stuff. Because like I said, there's a lot of crazy people out here, in these YouTube streets, try to sit
And
there and take your name for granted.
I agree. And then the bad part is you don't know who's hooking up with who. You could be arguing with a female and a dude on the same panel and not even know they're together. and you wondering why this dude going so hard for this lady, or she going so hard for this dude. It's a lot of, and I didn't realize until Seven brought it to my attention that it's a lot of people linking up and hooking up in these YouTube streets. So you also got to be careful, because somebody you beefing with, or somebody you think you cool with, could be in cahoots with somebody you beefing with. Cause it's a lot of people that's sneaking and creeping in these YouTube streets. They meeting each other at the Motel 6, behind these panels. They're developing relationships. So that's another thing that, as a content creator, you got to be very careful beefing with folks, because you don't know who's messing with who. You don't know who's beefing with who. You don't know who's screwing who. Some of them living under the same roof and will have separate panels, and you don't even know, because he may be doing his channels by himself and she doing her channels by herself. But guess what? They in the same house on different laptops, on different computers.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that going on. So it's a lot of these, uh YouTube connections that are going on behind closed doors. Um, so I agree that as women, we don't need to get caught up in the hype of other women, other dudes bickering with one another. But what I'm noticing too is some of these guys that have these black female fuckery anti channels, where they're against black women fuckery. What I noticed though, if you're against that movement and you wholeheartedly believe in that, why do you allow other women to come on your panel? Because my thing is, if I'm against something, I don't want no parts of it. But I notice they only allow women who they feel are going to support their fuckery claim.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I might be their major donator. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the
True
money.
be.
Right.
Yep. That's what it's all about.
Money.
Quick buck. Like I say, it's turned to something totally different than it was like years ago.
Yeah, so if
Mm-hmm.
you're finding this kind of behavior on channels that's monetized, or you know what I'm saying, or with the super chats or whatever, that's all about money.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. It is because controversy sells.
Yes, it
You
does.
know,
It
it.
does.
Drama sells. That, and that drama is what makes money. Um, you're not gonna see too many people that's gonna support something that's not drama filled, because it's not entertaining enough and everything. So at the same time, I commend them, because it's a smart ass strategy to know that I can profit off of a lot of ignorant ass black men and black women who really believe what I'm saying. And the truth of the matter is, I don't even believe in what the hell I'm saying, but I know that's what's going to help me profit.
But
Like
see,
Sheep Stay says in the comments, it's scripted
scripted
feed.
beef. Remember what
You
I
have a
told
lot of
you? A
scripted
lot of
beef.
them
Yeah,
play characters. Remember what I told you? A lot of them play characters. A lot of this
character.
could be scripted. So that's real facts right there.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
We
Yeah,
got
and
we got a lot of
yeah,
crisis actors on here. It's all about the money.
exactly. And then they're telling you to stay away from things that they're still dealing with. It's females that'll tell you to stay away from better dudes, but they sneaking and meeting these dusties.
Because
You know,
they need to because they need the money to probably relocate, so they won't have the only options to mess with them kind of dudes.
right, right, right. And the same, and I hear all the time, a lot of these guys got these panels, speaking so harshly against black women, but some of them are still creeping and they creeping and messing with them. They messing with these chicks behind closed doors. Now they're not going to come on their panels and tell you that, because it's going to taint their movement and it's going to make them look hypocritical. But a lot of these guys, they still be messing with black females. behind closed doors. Now he'll never acknowledge it and he'll never talk about it. But at the same token, he will get on these panels and make his movement against black women, but then he'll still deal with them.
Because that's his YouTube character. That's what he profits off of.
Right, you right, you right. That makes perfect sense. We have a lot of YouTube characters.
Hmm.
It's a lot of that going on. And then the thing about it is some of these black women will go to these panels to seek validation. And what they're not realizing is the only reason some of these brothers is allowing them to come on their panel is basically she's just like a draw full card. Y'all familiar with the game Uno, right?
Oh yes, I used to love
Mm-hmm.
it.
Okay.
Yep.
So the way Uno works, if you put out a draw four, that draw full is going to make you draw full other cards, which is going to make your deck even more full. Okay, so now you got to try to get rid of all these cards. And what a lot of these sisters are not understanding is, brothers that are welcoming them on their panel is not because they got love for them like that. It's not because they respect them like that. They have her there as a draw full card, meaning that they have her there to shake things up. When he doesn't feel like barking, when he doesn't feel like barking, he'll use her. He'll stick the female dog on her. He'll stick the female dog on other people in the chat room, or other people on the panel to do his dirty work when he doesn't feel like stirring up the pot. He'll let her do it. Because not only does it save him from having to stir up the pot, but at the same time, it supports his movement because what she's doing is she's displaying the female fuckery that he's promoting. And a lot of these females are not smart enough to read in between the lines. It's like this. If Kujin has a panel and his panel is about ratchet ass black women, right? Let's say that's his panel and that's what he does. If Kujin is smart, what he will do, if he knows I'm a ratchet sister, he's going to bring me on his panel because I'm going to help him prove his point that ratchet black women don't know how to act. And by me not being smart, I'm thinking he's bringing me on his panel because he really has a love for me. He really walks with me like that. He really appreciates my presence when really he has me on his panel as a mockery to prove that black women are ratchet. So a lot of these sisters are going and joining these brothers' movement, thinking they're really loved and accepted when nah, he has you there as a prop.
Well, I feel like they should know better than that.
Exactly.
I really believe that they should know better than that. So
A
I
lot of them
I
don't
can't
though.
sympathize.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of them don't though. A lot of them don't. Yeah, because that's how it starts off. Some of these men will make you feel welcome when you join a panel. They'll send you invites. They'll invite you on and tell you, I want to have you on. I want to bring you. They'll send you these Google Hangout invites. And what you're not realizing, a lot of these sisters are not realizing, you are getting ready to step into a dog cage. That's what you're doing. You're
Then
going into a
at the point
dog
when she
cage.
realized, then at that point when she's on the panel and she realized that she's in a dog cage, why don't she drop off?
Exactly. Exactly.
But
I'm
she
gonna
Smart
tell you
move.
why they don't drop off. It's the old saying. They love their own validation from these guys. It's to validate them and say, hey, look, ladies, even though they saying what they say, we still gonna be on for a long time because this is the most attention they getting. Even if it's not the attention that they're looking forward to. As long as it's attention. Attention is attention to most women.
I agree. Yep, I
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I agree. And it has a what's up asking classy black men. Men get invited on. Oh, I can agree with that. I could agree with that.
Shout out to Mr.
That's
Research.
true.
That is true.
Yeah, that's true. It's been some sisters that have done it. It go both ways, and I state this all the time. This is not a one-sided content. It is black men that are bringing black women on their panels as a mockery, and it's also black women that are bringing black men on their channels to make a mockery. Because again, the reason we do it is we want to make a point. We want people to support the movement. So in order for you to support my movement that all black men ain't worth a damn, I'm gonna bring a brother on my panel to make him look stupid. So I can prove and make my point to all of the women that support my brand. So it definitely go both ways. And it's just unfortunate that black men and black women, we are using each other um to make a mockery out of each other so we can profit.
Yeah,
And
it's real
meanwhile make each
sad.
other look bad. Yeah. Go ahead.
So, because like I don't see like other races like of people, which I'm not worried about, but I'm saying anyway, they don't. I don't see them working off of each other. As far as like what I'm saying, destroying each other, their own men and women. But it's like it's only us that does that.
It is.
It's a sick cycle. It's very sick.
We got a lot. We got a lot of petty Pauls and negative Nancy's. Like you mentioned earlier, Kujin, YouTube, the black YouTube sector is becoming a big high school. It's becoming high school because we have a lot of petty grown men and grown women that's getting mad over stuff that's not even worth getting mad about. It's gotten to the point to where we are claiming that we are copying each other's material. Now that's a new
Hmm.
one.
Yeah, I know.
Why you copying off me? I was
Oh
just
my
talking
god.
about that last week, and you talking about it today. Like, as black people, we all got the same struggles.
So what's
Just
the
because
Exactly.
I'm talking about, huh? Go ahead.
so what's the difference between well now Aisha Curry's story broke, everybody was talking about it. What's the difference?
That's what I'm saying.
Real
We,
talk.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. We done got just that petty. I've heard grown men, and I will not say names, and I've heard grown women. I was talking about this last week and you stole my material. So you mean to tell me everything you talk about, you never got any ideas from nobody, not even an inch? Because a lot of the stuff we talk about is shit we hear. You get what I'm saying? Like Seven may decide to do a panel on something because he heard something about it in the street, vice versa. I come on here, I'm gonna do this topic because I heard something like Law Movement was talking about um bad parenting, how a lot of grown people they're going to be stuck having to raise their kids for a lifetime because they haven't taught them at a young age how to be independent. I thought that was a wonderful content. And I piggybacked off of that. Because my thing is, I respect his content. So if somebody's copying from you, you should be inspired by it. Why the hell would you feel some type of way? And I even said who I got it from. I said, yeah, I was watching Laura's video and I thought it was, I wanted to piggyback on it. Now, even if somebody does not acknowledge you, be inspired. Why are we acting like high schoolers? You got the new Jordans because I brought new Jordans last week. You think you was gonna be the only one to buy them Jordans?
Mm-hmm.
You know how
Hmm.
many people stood in line to get them same pair of Jordans? So how you figure somebody copying off of you? It's just we got a lot of petty Pauls and petty Bettys,
Yep.
negative Nancy's in the YouTube streets that are being petty, that's getting mad about stuff that's just stupid.
Yeah,
Why are
they
we
want to
paying
take credit
attention
for
to
everything.
why are we paying attention to each other's backgrounds?
Yes.
It's like if we're never gonna. My thing is, if we're never gonna meet, why are you looking into my background?
Why are
Yep.
you worried if I got sheets hanging up in my window?
And
Eh, eh,
I
kitchens.
thought you,
eh, eh,
I thought you was talking about background, like a background check.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. And I get why you laughing because you wouldn't think I was talking about something that simple, but that's what they're doing, Kels.
Oh.
You can be sitting in your living room, and because your air conditioner got dust in it, they're gonna overlook your whole content and point out your air conditioner. Why she got dust in the
Exactly.
back of her air conditioner?
And you know what else too? I be saying Negroes do.
I'm
A lot of
saying,
Negroes online, I see them like they be pocket watching, pocket watching.
oh, a lot of that,
So why you
a
be
lot of
telling the
that.
truth? Why you be telling the truth? That's why I be telling my people when you go live, keep your camera to the wall.
That's what I'm saying. But
If you're
guess
gonna
what?
be
But
on
guess what? Let
camera,
me
keep
tell
it to the
you.
wall. I don't
But
care how
tell
nice
them
this
if
place is, just keep it towards the wall.
but if you do it towards the wall, then they're gonna say you're doing it towards the wall because you got no furniture. So you
Well,
can't.
then I don't got no furniture then.
And you know what? I would simply tell them, well, this doesn't have anything to do with the content what I'm putting out. So, I mean, what are you there for? If I'm not putting out
Yeah,
no content, then what's the point of me doing the video?
yeah.
Listen to the
That's
message.
what I'm saying. They nitpicking. We're losing the whole purpose of conducting a platform. We're being petty. We're talking about we're overlooking. We're losing the whole purpose of the content because we're too busy, like y'all stated, pocket watching, and we're paying attention to what people's house look like in the background.
And it's like people is always trying to find a way to make you feel bad for being you.
Right. And then, like someone,
Right,
I ain't saying
yeah.
no names, they're like, this channel right here boring. Then why the hell are you over here, dumbass?
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? You keep circling
Exactly.
back around.
Yeah, I'm like, man, these Negroes. Ugh.
That's why
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
you definitely got to have thick skin, and you got to just not
You
pay attention
really, really
to
do.
what you say.
Yep. Yep.
You really, really do because their people are going to try to dismantle
Right.
your character. They're going to try to make you look poor. They're going to try to make you look stupid. They're going to try to make you look unintelligent. You
Yep.
know, and that is their job. When you got competition, if you're going to a dealership, if you're going to a Ford dealership, they're not going to
Mm-hmm.
talk about a Lexus dealership and they're not going to talk about a Toyota dealership. Their job, because they're trying to get you to buy their car. They're
Right.
not going to mention anything positive about the other uh vehicles. Ford, Toyota is not going to talk about Lexus, and they're not going to talk about Mercedes Benz. You know, they're trying to sell their product. So I totally get it. It's all about, stumping on your competition. And I got to make other people look bad in order to make my brand stand out, or whatever. So, but I agree. If you're going to get on these YouTube streets, you got to make sure your stuff is correct. Because the moment they see any little thing out of alignment, they're gonna call you out on it. You can't have your kids in the background with dirty tennis shoes on. Somebody gonna notice it.
But then the crazy thing about it, the ones that be calling the people out is not doing that much better.
Right. And my thing is too, didn't you at once upon a time, didn't you have to struggle before you made your YouTube money?
It's not
Or you
once
was
upon a
able to,
time. It's not
yeah,
once upon a time. They still struggling.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That you yeah. I mean, that's exactly what I'm saying. You wasn't always doing great. At some point in time, you probably had furniture donated to you before your channel got big. You probably was staying with your mama or having to stay with somebody before your channel got big enough to where you were able to get donations to better yourself. We all have to start from the bottom before we get to a higher level. So how quick, that's what kills me with black folks, is we are so quick to forget. At some point in time, you was at a certain level of struggle. So how dare you insult another black man or another black woman that's in their YouTube streets that are on a different level of struggle? That is their struggle. You came from your own different type of struggle. So if I'm doing a live stream from my bathroom, maybe I'm doing it from my bathroom because I have a house with kids that are busy and make a lot of noise, and the bathroom may be the only place where I can do my content without being disturbed. But somebody's going to take that and try to make it for bad, like um she must be live in a small house, or she must be staying with somebody. Why she got to do content from her bathroom? It's just so much pettiness when you don't look at, that's not the focus. Is the person giving you good content where you can learn? Are they giving you good edifying information that's helpful to the black community? Is the message that they're delivering, is it providing wisdom? Is it providing knowledge? That's what we need to be focused on. And the thing is, and this is a big thing. As long as you are being treated with respect when you go to these channels, that's the main thing. Because I know some content creators, they have, you can tell with their background, they got nice houses, they might have nice cars, you can tell they're financially well off. But because they're so disrespectful to people on their panel and disrespectful to people in their chat room, that's enough to make me not even be interested in none of what they got to say. So it's not always what people have, it's how people treat you, how people make you feel welcomed. When you go to their channels, they're speaking to you, they're acknowledging you, they're making everybody feel important. People come on my channel, I speak to them. I mean, when people come in my chat room, unless I'm running my mouth too much and I'm overlooking their here, but for the most part, I try to make people feel welcomed. And the problem is, as a grown black men and grown black women, we don't even have simple manners. Just making your subscribers feel welcome when they come into your chat room. We don't even
Yeah,
know how to do that.
you're right about that because some chat rooms make you don't even want to come back. It's like, oh, I regret speaking up in here.
Exactly. Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly. No, no problem. No problem, Kujin. Exactly. So I mean, at the end of the day, it's very important that you don't allow these YouTube streets to contaminate you, because these individuals will take you out of character. They will make you get ratchet with them. It's kind of like
That's what they
somebody
want.
poke. Yeah, they will poke the bear and then call you crazy because you growling, because you biting back. So you just have to kind of know who to link up with, and you have to know who to do panels up with and who you can't do panels with. Like you stated earlier, Kels, you just have to kind of observe and see how
Yeah,
they orchestrate their channel. Watch how they treat people in their panel. Watch how they
absolutely.
talk to people in their chat room, because it's sad, but some of these channels, they won't even allow you to be yourself. Certain channels,
No,
I can't go in there. As much as I would love to have a different opinion, I don't want to share my opinion because I know I'm going to get ridiculed. I know I'm going to get bit, you know?
you most definitely. That yeah, you just really, really. If you're not used, if you're not used to dealing with what they got going on YouTube, or that's not what you deal with, then don't deal with it. What is that?
That's the sound of the rock rollers when you get on these
Oh,
panels.
oh yeah. Yeah, if you're not used to the treatment that they be giving on YouTube, you don't got to deal with it. Like you said, it is not our job to prove to people that everybody is not categorized the same way.
Exactly. The reason why I was doing those sound effects is because that is what you will deal with when you get on these panels. The
Yep,
moment you
it's
have a
like
different opinion, this is
they're like,
what they
oh
do.
yes,
This is
fresh
what they
meat.
do.
Yeah, they like fresh meat. We're gonna tear you. We're gonna devour you.
I'm telling you, some of these panels, you're going to get devoured like a goddamn rock roller.
You know what I'm
Come on
saying?
there having a goddamn different opinion. This is what's going to happen. Let me tell you.
That's
If
your
you
ass,
are a
Mr.
black man,
Person.
if you are a black man and you go on these YouTube panels and you call yourself defending black women,
Oh.
this is what you're going to get. If you are a black woman and your opinion is in you, if you are a black woman and you go on these YouTube panels and you try to share a difference in opinion and you make a statement that not all black women are the same, this is what you're going to get. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Right.
Okay. If and don't get it twisted. We have some female rock rollers. Okay.
Oh.
We got, so if
Bulldogs.
you are a black man and you want to go on these YouTube, these black female sector channels and say that all black men are not the same, this is what's going to happen. You cannot have a difference in opinions. What's up, Gurorin, or I don't know if I'm saying your name correctly. Um, exactly, she'd say you have to go where your perspective will be appreciated and not where your opinion will get you ridiculed and get you sabotaged. So it's very important. I'm not going to keep everybody long, but I know I was all over the place today. It was different topics and different issues that needed to be discussed. But one thing I will say is that I really wish that more black women and more black men would be more welcoming and more inviting with other black women and other black men who may have a different opinion. Realize that people are not what people have to realize when you have these panels and people have a difference of opinion, is not because they're trying to get your subscribers or your YouTube fans to turn against you. Basically, people have their own opinions because we all have different cultures, we all have different experiences that we have all have endured. So you cannot get in your feelings, or you cannot be quick to boot somebody off your panel or boot somebody out your chat room as if they have a difference in opinion. As long as they're being respectful and they're not over talking you on your panels, they're not being disrespectful to you. Let people have their own opinions without you ridiculing them for it. Is there anybody else who would also like to add any more points, before we get ready to shut things down?
Yeah. When you want to go explore and visit other channels, instead of just jumping in the chat before you make your appearances in any chat rooms, like look at some of their videos, like their panels and stuff like that, and see how they
Mhm.
are. Like I said, if they channel messy, they messy. So wherever they go at is messy. If
Let
that's
me
not what you follow, don't follow it.
And you're right. If you see any of this on the panels,
um,
Try not to kitty cat sound because there's a lot of purring going on these days.
man.
what you say, Seven?
There's a lot of kitty cat stuff going on. Dave
Oh,
Rockwell is to an extent.
Oh,
The
that's
we
why
meow.
you
we got that too.
cat.
That's what I said. We got the female rock rollers, Seven. That's what I'll call them. We got female rock
You
rollers.
got male
They
kittens and
growl.
female kittens too. Don't forget them now. They just
Oh
at
yeah.
work.
Oh man.
Yeah, you right. We have a lot of cattiness, and we have a lot of rock rollers, dudes getting overly emotional, getting catty, um, can't take a difference in opinion, get, getting overly emotional, getting catty. We have a lot of that going on too, and it's just unfortunate that as black men and black women, we don't know how to be grown.
No,
We
we don't.
just don't know how to be grown. Let me tell you something. Just because you smell like a man, that don't make you grown. Just because you got kids as a woman, that don't make you a grown woman. We have a lot of childish black grown men and black grown women who do not know how to conduct themselves in these YouTube streets. You don't have to get loud. You don't have to be disrespectful. You don't have to insult other people who have a difference in opinions. If you don't like what they have to say, just don't invite them on your panel. And like Carol said, do your research before you bring people on your panel or before you go on their panel. Because if you are against the feminism, make sure you're not bringing a woman on your panel that supports feminism. If you're against black female fuckery, don't bring a man on your panel that supports black female fuckery. Everybody has different lanes, so you have to know what lane you belong in.
Mm-hmm. That's it. And don't allow anybody in your space, especially seeing them with the nonsense on other panels.
Exactly. And stop having these secret affairs behind these YouTube streets. Because the moment y'all fall out, we going to find out about it.
I just
Somebody
want
going
to
to
say,
snitch.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I'm sorry,
go
Lady
ahead.
Mocha. I just want to say that I love my space. My space is so conservative
Yes.
and sexy,
Yes. Yes.
and I'm gonna stick
I
to that.
totally agree.
Well, that basically means what Poetic Kells is trying to say is if you guys come into my space, you better come correct. You don't stay.
Exactly.
Very well said.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, because it's sad, but I've gotten to the point, I just stick with people that I know. I'm not really trying to
Exactly.
branch out and really deal with too many new people because that's how the drama starts. When you start mixing up with all these different personalities and stuff, and sometimes, you be wanting to bring other people on, to expand your brand, but sometimes I'm starting to notice it's backfiring more than anything when you try to bring other people onto your platform. Because the moment you and that person fall out, they doing a whole hour session over just talking negative stuff about you. They'll spend a whole hour on a panel talking greasy and reckless about you, all because y'all had a small agreement. A lot of these people ain't man or woman enough to discuss their issues with you behind closed doors. They'll get on a panel and chew you up and spit you out and talk bad and let everybody hear about it before they can send you a simple email saying, hey, I'm upset with some things you said. I felt like you rubbed me the wrong way. They don't want to do that. They'll go on the panel first
Mm-hmm.
and bad mouth you to everybody. And,
Yeah,
and, and
they
it's
get
just
people on they
pathetic.
they get people on their side to go against you. I mean, yeah,
Yeah, people are so inconfident they need cheerleaders.
yeah,
They don't know how to hate you by themselves. They need an entourage to help them hate you.
exactly, exactly.
They ain't even confident enough. I mean, if you
Hate
go
you
and
by
hate
yourself,
on me by yourself. Why you got to have a whole crew? to
Yeah, you
back you
gotta
up.
go recruit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go recruit peculiar motherfuckers just
Yeah.
to pass me. You can do that by yourself.
Yeah, yeah, they have to go recruit. And that's what I'm starting to notice with the black sector of the YouTube streets. They're constantly recruiting small-minded individuals because it's only the small-minded individuals that's going to support
Yes.
these fuckery type movements.
You know something else too, Lady Mocha? I said this yesterday. The small panels are usually the ones with the makes the loudest noise.
Right.
Believe it
Mm-hmm.
or not.
That
I
is
I
so
I
true.
agree.
All right, everybody. It was a good show. Mocha, as always, thank you for having me on. Yeah, guys, enjoy the rest of your
Absolutely.
weekend. Y'all be safe out there. Peace.
No
Be safe,
problem,
All right,
Simon.
Jeff.
family.
Be blessed. Thanks for coming in.
All right, later.
Totally, totally. Yeah. So of course, with that being said, we pretty much know it is what it is. We can talk about this 1,000 times. It is not going to change. The fuckery movement will always be and still is in full effect. So, with that being stated, I have nothing against those who support the movement. I just choose not to be a part of it. I feel like as black men and black women, we catch enough hell on a daily basis as it is. And the last thing I want to do is go somewhere where there's anybody talking negative about me as a black woman, or go anywhere and hear people talk negative about other black men. I'm married to a black man. I see his daily struggles. I see what he has to go through. So I don't support either. I don't support nobody talking reckless about black men or black women because I could identify with both. So on that note, I definitely appreciate Cool Gent. You're being one of the very few decent dudes in the YouTube streets that know how to come on the panel and treat women with respect, and you have your own opinion, but at the same time you know how to level it out to where you're not just staying on one gender and not calling out another. And that's what it takes is having balance. And the same thing with you, Kels. You do the same thing. You know how to balance it. And that's what we need in the YouTube streets. We need balance. It's too many people going hard on one gender and they're giving pass to another gender. When in actuality, all of us are fucked up in some form or another. We
Yep.
all are not, we may not be where we want to be, but it's a lot of us that are still growing and not and man enough and woman enough to say, I'm still growing, I'm still learning, and with that being said, this is why you don't only rock with certain people. So is there any last words that you would like to share, Cool Gent? Before we get ready to shut it down, and Poetic, I'll also let you get in your last comment before we get ready to shut it down for the day.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for having me on. It's been a great topic. Shout out to Rollo, shout out to Miss Skills. Uh, I'm looking forward to like new topics in the future and stuff like that. Maybe I think I have some ideas because I'm a big thinker to share with you all one day on the panel again. So yeah, that's about it for me.
Oh, definitely, and definitely Cool Gent. I noticed you've been on a lot of different panels and everything. Definitely, continue to keep being yourself. Don't let anybody take you out of character, because it's always dudes such as yourself that are balanced who they tend to try to target. Um, because again, it's about recruiting as many individuals as possible to support the fuckery movement. So continue, to be yourself, for the most part. Anything you would like to add, Kels, before we get ready to shut down the operation?
Well, I just wanted to say I appreciate you for having us live and letting me come on the panel. It has been a minute. I hope we could do some more. I mean, are you still into the poetry thing?
Yes, that's the next thing we need to do. I will email y'all this weekend. I definitely want us to do that. Because I've been working on some material, and I still want us to also do the old school battle.
Oh, yeah.
Um, we're probably, yeah, because I wanted to do that with y'all last Friday, but my daughter had graduated from high school, so we had a lot of people here and everything. So I definitely want to. We'll start with the poem thing first, since we discussed that originally. So I will reach out to y'all. I will send y'all an email by this evening, so we can see how we're going to orchestrate that and set that up, because it's just time for us to do things different in these YouTube streets. We need to bring a whole nother flavor to the black YouTube sectors, you know what I mean? So I think the poetry would definitely be a good look, and that'd be a good direction to go. So y'all just stay tuned for my email, and we'll definitely collaborate and see what we can do to try to get that going. So on that note, everybody, I want to thank all of my guests, Poetic Cool Jet, also Seven, for joining me, even though it was random. Panel. I didn't notify them ahead of time, but I thank them for being good sports. Big ups to all of my subscribers. I thank each and every one of y'all for still being so loyal and for still rocking with me throughout this whole journey. And again, make sure, as I stated, you stay true to you. Don't let no one in these YouTube streets, including myself, don't let none of these content creators pollute you based off of their own negative perspectives and their own negative perceptions of who black people are and what we represent. Don't let any of us dissuade you into being who you are and what you believe in and what you stand for. So on that note, y'all, it's been real. It is your girl, Lady Mocha. Remember, I'm going to always pour you a cup of truth, and I'm going to always break you off with a slice of knowledge. Take care.
Cooler, cooler, cool. Peace.
Peace.